Hi everyone, it's Gina. Welcome back to my channel. So a couple weeks ago I did a little experiment with my tomatoes. And what I did is I got online and I was planting my tomatoes. I planted them from my greenhouse. They were ready to be planted, and I wanted to do a different technique in planting. So I got on YouTube and I looked up some master gardener, and they suggested that you plant your tomato plants with a sardine. You dig the hole, you put a sardine down there, and then you put bone meal, cover it up, and then sprinkle bone meal around the base. Okay, so I went to the dollar store and I got a can of sardines because that's what they said to do, and I planted them. Okay, so a week and a half before that, probably a week to 10 days before that, I had planted these 3 tomato plants. Okay, these 3, and look at them. And I planted them with Miracle Grow like I always have, year after year, just Miracle Grow. And I did have them in the wall of water. I just took them out of the wall of water, which is like a little greenhouse. Okay, so then that was that. These over here, I did the sardine with the bone meal. Look, 10 days after, 10 days, about 10 days, I'm gonna say 10 days, a week, 10 days. Look, I'm not impressed. I did exactly what they said. I have really, really good soil in these planter boxes. Very good soil. Anyway, there it is. Now this one I have had in a wall of water, so it's doing better in this little greenhouse. Look at there. All right, so that's my experiment. Can I say I'm not impressed? Either it didn't work for me. So what I did is I had to go and I just put one of those tomato fertilizer spikes down in there just a couple of days ago, and they are happier. I will say it's looking better, but it just wasn't growing at all. Also, another thing I did is they said to plant when I say they, I'm just not going to mention who it is, because these are people who know what they're doing, okay, honestly. So I don't know if it's the climate they're in. I have no clue, but okay. So that being said, they said also plant peppers with your tomato plants, and also marigolds. So I planted marigolds. I think this is a sunflower coming up. I'll keep it there. So another thing I did, that's from seed from my greenhouse, a marigold, and a pepper plant. If you do that, if you plant a pepper plant, you'll have less insects on your tomatoes. So that was my experiment. Not impressed. I will say I use Miracle Grow plant and vegetable food and flower and vegetable food, and I have nothing but good results from it. So that's my experiment. Thought I'd get on, just tell you about that. My opinion, the proof is in the pudding, they say. There you have it. Now I will do another dose of Miracle Grow on all my plants, which I do every March, like I said before, and they're due for another dose. Between March and now, I think this will be the 3rd dose, and they just do very, very well. My plants just love Miracle Grow, as you can see. Look at this lamb's ear. Isn't that beautiful? And it's getting ready to bloom. The reason why it's a lamb's ear is because the leaves are all furry. They're like so soft, like a lamb's ear. And I did these from my seed, from my greenhouse. Pretty much everything that I planted flower-wise was from my greenhouse. Look at the zinnias are getting ready to go. And that. So one thing I have not had luck with is a clematis. Now this one is grown in, I seeded it in this pot and it is doing fantastic, but I have tried the seed. I had some from seed and they were maybe 2-3 inches tall, 4 inches tall, okay, but they have not done very well when I planted them, so I don't know the deal. I don't know what's going on, but I'm happy with everything else. Look at this lamb's ear. I think it's one of my favorite plants now, the lamb's ear. Kind of can get out of control, I think. It's ginormous, but it has a really, really pretty flower that comes off of them. And then here's my carnation. And then I'm going to have this carnation bloom any day, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. I can't wait for it to bloom. So in Idaho, I'm in zone. The wind's blowing today. Wind's been blowing a lot the last few weeks, and I'm kind of tired of it. But you know, it's okay. We're in zone, I think Idaho, where I'm at, is zone 4 through 6, 7. And so we can, oh my gosh, look at the wind. I think it's time for me just to wind this video down before I can't, before you can't hear me because of the wind. So I just wanted to get on and give you my opinion of the tomato plants. And that is my opinion, and I'm not impressed with the Sardines and Bone meal, but you know, that's my opinion. The proof is right there. Okay, I will see you guys in my next video. And if by any chance any of you have had success with the sardine and bone meal, please tell me about it, and maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. Okay, see you in my next video. Bye-bye.